Is the brand new AtomStack Ace Pro V2 24 watt the perfect beginner's laser that grows with your ambitions? Well, let's find out. Now today I'm exploring a tool that I reckon might just tick all the boxes for anyone stepping into the world of laser engraving for the first time, or looking to replace their tired old 5 or 10 watt laser setup. Now often with products, you're forced to choose two categories: price, quality, or time. Now today I'll show you how I reckon the AtomStack Ace Pro V2 24 watt might just tick all three. It's budget friendly, it's got great quality components with plenty of power and accuracy, and operates at speeds that can keep up with your creative workflow and potential side hustle needs. This new offering from AtomStack opens the door to high quality creations and offers the efficiency you need for your projects. Whether you're diving into a new hobby or simply enhancing your skills, stay tuned to see how this machine could be a game changer for you. Now, AtomStack also wanted me to pass on a special discount code for you, so you can save an additional 20% on this already smoking hot deal, and I'll let you know a little bit more about that code in a minute. But first, let's jump in and have a look at what's got me excited to share this diode laser with you all. G'day, I'm Darren from Mr. Craftsmith, and I'm excited.
I'm excited!
And let me tell you why. Now, as part of this ongoing series about setting up a side hustle and testing popular products, I was feeling a little bit nervous with the 10 watt lasers that I've already got. I mean, yeah, I could definitely do personalised engravings and the odd bit of cutout projects, and I've done those in the past, like the family birthday signs and a few other little things like some basic Christmas ornaments and that sort of stuff. But I know my time is going to be pretty limited, and if I was going to get any sort of momentum out of my limited resources and time, then I would need to be able to work quicker, essentially, or more accurately, quicker than what I have been able to do previously. That's why when AtomStack reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in testing out their new Ace Pro V2, which is an update of their A20 series, I jumped on it quicker than you can say Jiminy Cricket. So let's start with the unboxing and assembly. Now, as we might expect by now, packaging is always going to be pretty spot on, particularly when it comes to worldwide shipping. Now, not only does the product have to be packed well to protect the contents from damage, but they need to be packed efficiently to save on space and postage costs. AtomStack were no exception here. As you can see, they have a well-organised package, and the Y-axis parts come pre-assembled with belt tension standard rollers and concentric nuts, which cuts down the assembly time later on. I won't bore you with a full assembly video other than to say it was pretty straightforward with all the fasteners labelled to help make the process a bit simpler. They also provide a very helpful assembly video on their website, and if you prefer to put stuff together watching someone else do it, then that might be the best option for you. Now, AtomStack do supply a drag chain for the cables along the Y-axis, which is a great addition to keep things organised, but it seems that's where the cable management stopped just a little bit short, with no cable management for their air tube for the air assist and the power cable to power the X-axis. The X-axis is a linear rail assembly, which is pretty common these days, and it does offer improved stability when travelling at higher engraving speeds, which this machine is definitely capable of. The multiple power and USB computer connection ports are located on the side of the main motherboard unit at the front of the laser, which is appreciated. It keeps things out of the way. It does have an additional HDMI port and USB dongle port on top of the front motherboard unit, which I guess is workable in most cases, with the USB being mainly used for offline use with their dedicated app, which is also available on Mac OS and Android. So in a nutshell, this is a pretty basic open type desktop diode laser, but it does have the ability to be expanded and upgraded as and when is needed. Automatic air assist is available, but it doesn't come standard with this unit, which in my mind's a little bit odd. And I'm not entirely sure what the thinking was there, as it's pretty safe to assume that in the majority of cases, users would be using this machine for cutting material more often than not, given the higher wattage laser that's available. So to me, it just makes sense that this would be a standard inclusion. Now, more about that special offer that AtomStack are offering my viewers. This offer is only available to the end of May, so yes, you will need to be quick to make a decision on this one, But AtomStack have supplied me with a special discount code to give you 20% off their already amazing price. So if you look at the base unit at under $600 for a 24-watt laser, you're going to save yourself around about $100. Plus, if you use the link in the description below, you'll also get a free honeycomb panel to boot. Now, that's a pretty cool deal and is saving you some serious bucks. So thank you, AtomStack, for looking after your customers with this awesome deal. Now, make sure you check out the details in the description below to save yourself some cashola, but a reminder, you do need to get in quick as this offer is available until the end of May 2024. Okay, so let's jump into the specs. First off, let's talk laser power. And coming in at 24 watts and probably closer to 20 watts effective power, this laser offers enough power for single pass cutting with most 3mm stocks. And coming from a 10 watt laser, that makes me a little bit giggly as I can see and have found how much time that can save on cutting jobs. Now previously I was running at a minimum of 2 passes and generally 3 passes on MDF to get through cleanly. So having the extra power is an absolute godsend, and I can only imagine how cool AtomStack's new A70 would be powering through 1/4 inch stock with ease with its 70 watts of laser power. Anyway, that's for a future video, hopefully, maybe. Hope they're listening. But it certainly is cool just watching jobs cut out in a single pass. I did run a material test on some birch equivalent style ply from our local suppliers here in Oz, and it's certainly harder than the basswood style samples I've received previously with other lasers. And to its credit, it did make it through at 300mm per second, 300mm per minute I should say, at 100% power in a single pass. So I know some of those softer craft type plies will absolutely easily cut through in a single pass. I did try some 6mm MDF and it did struggle a bit with the sample I had, although I did have an older sample which from a different batch which it did cut through in 2 passes at around 240mm per minute. I'm not too happy with the 6mm MDF I got this time from our local chain store Bunnings. I suspect it may have a higher concentration of glues or higher density or something that was preventing a clean cut at 100% power even when slowed down to 120mm per minute. So I don't blame the laser in that case. Not to be discouraged, I did try cutting some beech timber keyring blanks that I don't have any other 6mm stock around, and it did well in a single pass at 120mm per minute, but not quite there at 180mm per minute. I tried cutting some 3mm corrugated cardboard and it flew through at 1200mm per minute. And as a little pro tip, if you're prototyping products, consider testing them with some corrugated cardboard. Now there's a couple of reasons I would suggest that, and first of all, it's a much cheaper alternative. It saves wasting good wood stock, and the cardboard is around about the same thickness as most of those 3mm stocks, so it gives you a good indication of fit and aesthetics. And number 2, it's about 3 times as fast to produce. It's kind of like using a 3D printer in draft quality. You still get a feel for the finished product without sacrificing time or, in this case, your good materials. Anyway, so in answer to the question, will it cut?
That will cut. You have a chopper here. It will cut.
It will cut.
It cuts.
Next, on to engraving. 30,000mm per minute. Now, I was a bit skeptical at first, as with other machines in my experience, when you start to reach those sorts of high speed limits, they either don't have enough power to effectively engrave at that speed, or they start to lose their accuracy and the engraving looks a bit sloppy. Well then, I was pleasantly surprised with the Ace Pro V2. Right off the bat, I wanted to crank that diode to 30,000mm per minute, and taking a look at this engraving test on that same birch style plywood, it was spot on. The engraving was only a surface engraving at 30,000 at 100% power, but it was enough colour for me to be considered a workable outcome. Now at the lower speed range, it was giving a nice dark engraving, and at 6,000mm per minute and 100% power, it was giving a clean dark engraving, which would be suitable for those shallow pour epoxy type projects if you're into that sort of thing. Now I knew I would get better results on slate, and well, This thing flies at 30,000 millimeters per minute. Yes, technically it may not reach those speeds over short engraving distances, but it was cranking, and the results speak for themselves, as you can see on this coaster. Nice.
Cool. No doubt.
Now, I hadn't really bothered too much with stainless steel previously, but I figured I'd give it a run on the Ace Pro V2. And yep, it certainly does mark the stainless steel. It's not engraved or etched, as in there's no material is removed, but you'd need a fibre laser if you wanted to do that sort of thing. But it does seem like a pretty permanent mark on the stainless steel, so that's got me thinking about a few products I may consider for future offerings with my side hustle. The 24-watt laser still retains a great amount of detail due to its compressed spot size technology in the laser head unit, and still packs a decent punch when cutting. So it's kind of like it's a great mid-range spot and perfect for a dual roll laser to both cut and engrave with a lot of detail. Now, it also has a bunch of safety features built in, as with most of the better offerings in the marketplace these days, but something I haven't mentioned yet is this little button right here. Yep, autofocus. And that got me a bit excited. And while the unit doesn't come standard with the autofocus, AtomStack will be shortly releasing their auto-adjustable Z-axis, therefore enabling you to adjust laser height on a layer level in programs like Lightburn. And for me, that's pretty cool. And AtomStack have indicated that they're going to be sending me out a test unit shortly. So as soon as I've got that in my hot little hands, I'll be sure to update you all with how it all works. I really am excited for it because it opens up a heap of possibilities for faster processing of jobs requiring those layer height adjustments. And look, I will be doing more update videos on the AtomStack Ace Pro V2, I should say, over the coming weeks and months as I incorporate this into my little side hustle experiments. So be sure to keep an eye out for those. Now, it all seems pretty positive on the review front for this laser, and I'll be honest, there's a lot to like about this machine as far as basic models go. And are there better lasers out there? Well, of course there are, and AtomStack have some absolute crackers in their lineup if that is your thing and you want that higher power range. But in my opinion, I think this laser is ideal for those just starting out that want something with a little bit more power so they can do some more cutting jobs, but you're still conscious of not spending too much money right off the bat. And it is a cracking deal at just under $600 US, and with the ability to update and expand its capabilities, it's a win-win. Now, I've been impressed with AtomStack's product development over the past couple of years, and I'm super happy to be on board the AtomStack Express with this great little laser. So do yourself a favour. If you are in the market for a new diode laser and you don't want to upset the Minister for Finance, you know who I mean, hit the links below for an exclusive deal on this awesome little laser. Just make sure you act fast because this is only available until the end of May for this special deal. So until the next video, be creative and stay grateful. Bye for now.